Hi there. Are you somebody who is possibly dealing with a chronic pain and you're not quite sure how to resolve it? Or perhaps there's something else going on in your life that you've been using law of attraction and still seem to be hung up about some different things that are going on. Well, today's show is a good one for you to be involved in because my guest today is Michael Losier, and he is a law of attraction person as well as this process that we're going to be talking about today. He is certified in that as well. He's the author of 3 books, one of my favorite mentors and friends, and he now lives in my head ever since I met him back in 2011. Maybe we'll explain that later on or on a different call because I'd certainly like to have him back again. I'm Carol C.C. Miller, your positivity trainer, peace activator, and global hugger, coming to you with solutions to heighten your celebrations and lessen your sorrows through a positive focus. So today we're going to be talking with Michael, and it's all about a book called The Emotion Code. And he's been we'll talk about this as well. He does a live on Fridays, and he's had the author of that book on his show. And so we're going to just talk about the book. If any of you in the audience is dealing with chronic pain, please make a comment in the notes because he's going to do a demonstration on somebody if they're willing to be that guest for a free demonstration. Otherwise, you can call them and get paid to have that service done for you. Also, share where you're calling from, and I'll join you later for some virtual hugs. So welcome back, Michael. It's so good to have you again.
Oh, thank you. We had a great experience last time. We had lots of lively people and ask us questions, and we gave them some good law of attraction tips. So that interview is still on this page, so people can go check that out too. This is kind of a part 2, but with a different subject. So we want to welcome everybody joining us and watching us today. It might require a paradigm shift today. It might require a whole new way of thinking. Well, that's my style, isn't it, Carol?
It very much is.
But you know what? I can own this. I'm going to be able to explain the process today called the Emotion Code in such a way that you're going to understand the key elements of it. And ideally, someone is going to experience an Emotion Code session today while watching the live broadcast. So what I'd like to demonstrate today, well, first, we're going to call for it right now because it's going to take people time to let us know. I'm looking for somebody, if we were to measure the severity of your pain, I want somebody here. I want someone that says, oh, I can hardly move my neck, or my elbow's been hurting. It can be chronic pain. So you just tell me what pain. You could say, oh, it's a stiffness, or there's a swelling, or there's inflammation, or I haven't been able to move my neck. Look, I want you on the show today. So Carol, tell them what they need to be doing to be a participant today. How would they let you know that they're going to be chosen to have a session today?
Certainly. So in comments, just put what your chronic pain is and what level. Like if you're a 6, 7, 8 or that, and just let us know, and then I'll pick somebody from the comments Michael will talk to them, and you'll just comment back, and we'll look for your answers that way. But yeah. Michael, before you get into explaining the Emotion Code, can you share how you even got involved? Because you've been teaching law of attraction, and you've been doing Emotion Code for quite a while too, but it's a newer part of one of your newer tools. How did you get involved with it?
Well, you know what, about 6 years ago now, I hurt my knee at the gym. I was lifting weights. I have no idea why. I was way too old and big to do that. And I tore my meniscus muscle. It's near the knee on the inside. And I limped for 5 years. I remember walking up on stage and limping, or going shopping, and anything like that was a big store like Costco or anything with cement floors, I'd have to take a break. And I felt like an old man. Frankly, I was, the pain was severe. And then I heard about the Emotion Code body code. And, I'm very curious, and I'm also very willing, and I've been doing a lot of energy work, and I know the terminology. This one caught my ear, and it caught my eye. And so I'm thinking I had to see somebody in person. So I go online and I type in Vancouver. I live in Victoria on the west coast of Canada on a little island. I knew there'd be nobody here, so I didn't look here. Hey, I'm here. I'm on the island, and I do this work. But at that time, I typed in Vancouver, Emotion Code, body code. My friend John Inverarity, aliveandpure.com. He hired me, and he said, and I hired him rather. And I was thinking I was going to go to Vancouver. He said, "No, what's your Skype name?" What's my Skype? Aren't you going to jump on my hip and fix it? I said, no. So it was our I think we had 2 15-minute sessions. And during the session, he said, why don't you go get some more water? So he watched me walk from here out to my kitchen. And halfway through, he said, dude, you're not limping anymore. And I thought, you know what? I'm not. And I'm twisting and I'm doing calisthenics and aerobics in the kitchen. And I thought, it is gone. So I went to a chiropractor 52 times. That's every 2 weeks for 2 years. I had 30 acupuncture. That's 30 times. I had multiple needles. The only thing I didn't do was drugs. I didn't want to have, all the pain, swelling. I didn't want to have that. But I suffered through pain walking on stage, and it got rid of it. And then I thought, what is this? And this is called the emotion code. And it's the work of Dr. Bradley Nelson, who's developed the processes on the book. And I know, Carol, you've witnessed the emotion code at work for a while. But so what I'd like to do is to tell people the process. What are some of the key elements? You're going to help me do that. Yep. And then we're going to find somebody that's watching live. They say, hey, my name's Betty. I get pain in my neck. It's an 8. And then she'll say, I give Michael permission. So you'll find that out in a few minutes. So just a shout out, if you're watching and you're interested, you have chronic pain, we can help you. I can help you with that live during the show today. And I think let's begin. So first thing I want to do is talk about trapped emotions. Now, the emotion code is all based on trapped emotions. Now, a trapped emotion is an unprocessed negative emotion. And every negative experience that we've ever had, trauma and relationships and physical pain and accidents, whenever we've had those incidents, the negative emotions that you experience during that accident go to the weakest part of the body where the accident is. So if you hurt your neck, and there would be, you took on the negative emotions, plus other ones, inherited ones, of that you were experiencing during the pain. And every negative experience, part of it stays behind. Because some people say, oh no, I got rid of that. I'm over that. I processed that. I said, no, you didn't. Every negative experience, part of it resides behind. And there's 60 of them. You can see them behind me. We're going to introduce the chart shortly.
Is that just memory? Like when people say that they've gotten rid of it, so is that at a subconscious level that it's still there?
Yes, consciously they say, I threw dinner plates up against the cement wall and I got rid of my anger. I'm done. I processed all that. Your conscious mind saying, your conscious mind, the mind that knows that, I just talking to you and I just touched my head, that's conscious, right? My conscious mind says, no, I got rid of it. The unconscious mind says, oh, no, you didn't. Because every negative trapped emotion stays behind.
Okay.
And then they get in the way. So then we say, boy, I'd love to have a loving relationship. And your subconscious mind said, well, too bad about that relationship when you were, 19 years old, because you had an incident in there and you trapped that emotion. So you've made a decision because of that. Our subconscious mind, and it's called subconscious, like a sub-file folder in your computer, it stores everything. Everything you touch, taste, smelled, and experience, everything gets stored. But here's the good news. We can ask our subconscious mind questions. Here's the bad news. They can only be yes or no questions. So you have to be skilled, because remember, you can't say, what's my favorite color? It can't answer that. You could say, is my favorite color blue, green? Oh, it's yellow. Okay. Oh, it's purple. Oh, okay. Our subconscious mind knows everything, so we need to be able to communicate with it. So hang in there, everybody, because I'm about to explain the key elements. And part of my style is I'm an accelerated learning trainer. And that means I train to accelerate the speed at which you learn the lesson. So my goal today in the next 6 or 7 minutes is for you to understand the keys so easily that you'll be able to repeat them back to somebody else. You're going to hear it, say it. You might even want to write them down to really integrate it, because there's 4 ways people like to learn. We're going to use a couple of them together with Carol and I. So Carol, when you see it, say it. The first key element of the emotion code process is?
The emotion code chart.
It's the emotion code chart. It's developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. It is behind me. There are 60 negative emotions on that chart. They're in 2 columns, and they're sorted. So there's ones in column 1 and ones in column 2. So I'm going to be checking in with that person's subconscious mind to say, which one of these are trapped? But I don't want to have to go through every one. So you'll hear me say, I'm going to take a shortcut. Is it in column A? It says, yeah. So I don't even have to go to column. See how I just saved 30? because I cut it in half. Oh, it's column 8. Is it even or is it odd? Oh, it's odd row. Oh, is it 1, 3, 5? So in about 4 questions, boom, I can find out the trapped emotions that's causing the pain. There could be 5, 6, 10 of them. I'll find them all.
Okay.
Find them? How do I do that? So number 1, there's an emotion code chart. Number 2, the finder of the emotion code hidden trapped emotion is?
Muscle testing.
Muscle testing. Muscle testing is an agreement that you have with your muscles in your body to show you the answer of a yes and to show you the answer of a no. I'm simplifying everything because that's my style, right? So somebody might say, oh, it's a little bit more complicated. No, we don't want complicated and simple. So when I put my 2 fingers together and form a loop, this is how I muscle test. I put my other finger in. Now, this takes practice and training. You can all learn how to do it. I say to my subconscious mind, I want to ask you questions. Show me a sign. Well, the sign's going to be this. So right now, the intention is to slip through. But I ask my subconscious mind, can we use the muscles in my body right here to show me what a yes would mean? So I'm going to say, show me a yes. See what's happening? What's happening, Carol? Show me a yes. It's not loosening.
Not loose, yeah.
Show me a no. So am I Michael? Am I Mark? Am I Betty? Am I Carol? Am I Michael? I couldn't push my finger through there. You know how the only way it'll fall through is if I say, am I Carol?
Right.
So, these are the lie detectors right here. My subconscious mind can ask all of those questions, but I'm not doing it for me. So we have a chart. I'm going to muscle test, ask questions, and the way that I can check in with you is because I become the
proxy.
Now, a proxy, like voting, means what? If you're somebody's proxy, you can...
I can work on their behalf.
Yeah, you can vote on their behalf. You can. So I'll say, I'm going to be your proxy. You know the expression, Carol, I'm sure you use it, we're all connected, right? Well, guess what we are. If you can imagine, we're all connected by a little thread, even if I don't know you. But if I just met you and you say, I give you permission to check into myself, we just created this nice little connection thread. So we become the proxy. Now, before I do any kind of emotion code work, I like to find the
severity, so the level of it.
Yeah, so 10 would be
the worst case scenario.
10 would be I can hardly move my neck, or 10 could be I have no money, I have no clients, or 10 could be, I have this kind of pain or this kind of pain. Because frankly, I like to show off. I like to say, where's the pain? We're going to do it with our friend today live. And after that, we're going to say, where's it at now? Oh, you were at a 10 and now it's down to a 5. Thank you very much. But you know what? My goal is to get it to a 0. So we like to brag and we want to find out the severity. Okay, now that I know the severity, I'm going to be your proxy. None of it can work until we say
permission. You have to give permission.
Permission. Okay, everyone's seeing this okay? Somebody might be referred to the chart. They're saying they can't see it. I'll bring it closer when we need it. So permission. So the person that's going to be asking online for a treatment will say, the severity of my pain is this. I'm giving Michael permission. I'm almost set up, but here's what happens.
Let me just answer this really quick. Janet, he can just show it about that much. That's just the way that the system is set up for the screen. I don't have a way to show it, but he's going to go over it anyway. So. Oh,
I see. I'm looking here on my phone and I can see. Yep. Okay. I'll help you guys out there. Okay, good. So the number 5 was we have permission, and now number 6, it's very critical to the process. What is it?
Magnet.
It's a magnet. And what does the magnet do?
It attracts.
Yeah, it attracts. And what happens, as soon as I find the trapped emotion, the very second I find it, it leaves the client and it resides over me. And I got to make sure I don't absorb it. So I take a magnet you can use your fingertips. I like to use a magnet. And then I take the magnet and I just dilute it. It's going to look a little crazy. I'm just diluting the trapped emotion that I took from you, and then I test to see if it's gone. So that is the... Yeah,
the magnet. I remember the first time I saw you do this, and I had not known the process yet. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, something, but I was confused.
Yeah. Oh, you should see me doing a seminar. I was in Vegas a few weeks ago, and I was on stage, and I talked about the same keys. I had people come to the front of the room, and I'm doing this, and people are squatting for the first time. They're and it's like, and one woman came up to me, she said, she goes, it was a little freaky when you brought the magnet out. Really? That was the freaky part? That was the freaky part too, was the what about the proxy and the connection and finding the trap emotion? That was funny. So I have a little magnet in my hand. I'm just going to tuck it away and I'll do this, dilute the magnet. And at the end of the day, how do I stay connected? What is the fuel? Is it something secret and sacred and special? Not really. It's intention and it's practice and
hydrated practitioner.
Yeah. So I've got lots of water in front of me and I've already drinking that much. So I'll be drinking water through. And yeah. So Carol, why don't you check in to see who's saying what? Is there anybody that's coming forward to step up?
Yeah, well, I haven't had anybody step up yet, but Franco is asking how we can change our subconscious, and this is one of the tools. And the emotional code chart, he wants to know how to get that. I assume you can pretty much Google it and find it.
Yeah, you can Google it and find it. It's in black and white. I colorize mine because that's my style. I like to have it in color. Yeah. It's Dr. Bradley Nelson, Emotion Code Chart, and you can take one of those. You might even want to follow along the chart when I do a session today.
Yeah.
I'll be pretty fast. You won't be able to, but
yeah,
at least
you won't be able to keep up with them. If you can, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Lee is with us. Janet is with us. There are several people with us, but I haven't. Colleen is with us. Marie. Who would like to try this practice if you're dealing with a chronic pain? And one question I had for you, Michael, is you mentioned the author. How did he come up with this? I know, isn't he a chiropractor by trade? And it was from all the patients he was seeing?
Yes, and he's also into lots of different healing energies, so he's very brilliant. He understands a lot of stuff, and he just started to see a pattern and started to collect it. By the way, well, I'll show you the little chart that I'm going to be using here. Here's the chart here. You'll see, for example, I'll focus in on row 2. You see how it's also associated to a part of the body? So there's 60 of them. They're subcategories, row 1 to 6, and they're all associated with different organs in that body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for people who are wanting to, I'm going to ask Michael in a second to share a few, like the story of your sister.
Yeah.
Just a few different stories of people that you've already worked with, and to remind people to post in here what your chronic pain is and what level it's on. We do have a couple of people coming in. So
yeah, I do see Marie B. She says, I'm in very bad pain from a surgery. I would have to say number 8. So I need to know what her body part was that she had a surgery on and her age. So if she wouldn't mind giving me those 2 things as part of the requirements, it's kind of like, it's like the hidden, the key in the back of your credit card. Her age, make sure, good, I got the right one.
Do you need to also know when her surgery was, or does that not?
No, I'll find that out if I need to know it. I'm going to ask her subconscious mind, what are the trapped emotions that got lodged during the surgery that's causing her pain wherever the body part is, or the area of her body. So Marie, if you want to send that privately or on here, Carol can send me a private message and tell me that answer, but that's what we're going to do today. There's an intended permission, right, because she said, hey, Michael, I'm severity of 8. So should we do a little shout out to people watching there, Carol, and then we're going to start the session. So we said hello to Janet Carr. That was helpful with some information. We get Franco. How do we change the subconscious? Well, we don't change it. Well, you can change it by deleting the trapped emotions that are causing some of those things. And, Denise Muser Loop is a 10. Okay, so good.
You got several people who want your services, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this.
And it's abdominal pain.
Okay. And she said it's an 8.
Yes.
Okay.
So could you share a couple? Like, I just love.
Oh yes. Okay. Well, my sister.
I have one question before you share that.
Yeah.
So do people have to believe in this? Like when you're working with them, obviously they've given you permission, but what if they're a naysayer and like, yeah, I'll give it a try, but they really don't believe? What do they need to have the intention to at least be open to it working, I would assume?
See that space between my fingers?
I do.
That is the amount that I care about whether they believe it or not.
Okay, that answers the question.
I had a woman in Victoria hire me. She brought me to her house. She called her whole family in. There was 8 people sitting around the living room, 4 men and 4 women. And the men had their arms folded so tight, they were squeezing their oxygen off. So I get in there and they were resistant and we're all in a circle and nobody wants to go first. So I used my muscle testing to find out who's in the most pain, and wasn't it the grumpy one. So I said, well, I'm going to go first with him. And he was grumbling, mumbling. And I thought, I'm the one that's sitting here in somebody's living room in a circle and having to do this and do this. Shut up and listen. So he said where his pain was, and and everybody was giggling that I chose him first. And why did I? And I said, well, you know what? And I was pretty careful about saying my subconscious. I didn't want to use jargony words, and I just said, I don't know. I just got a hunch that we should go first. So I did the process. Everyone is like, you know how you watch ping pong, you go from this to this? People were doing this. They were watching me doing all this and brought the big chart in. Well, probably in about 12 minutes, I corrected and removed all the trapped emotions that were in his neck. And for the first time, he's doing this. He's doing this. So now he gets up from the circle, not really acknowledging that I just voodooed him and fixed his neck. So now he starts to walk around the house. And it was one of those houses where you walk through the kitchen, the living room, down, like there's a little loop. And he's doing this. And he's mumbling. He says, what does he do? And he's swearing. And he's walking around and he keeps stretching and stretching. So he went from, I'm only coming because my wife made me come here, to now he's the Pied Piper. And then I work for somebody else in the room and they get up and now there's two of them walking around. So very good. Okay. And then my sister, who's my assistant, when I first start working with this, she gets some of my email requests from my fan page or my business page. So she's reading what people are saying about what I helped them with. And she's thinking, well, I want in on this. So we got talking one day and she said that she's 59 and she was going through menopause. And she said that every night she has towels beside her bed and she puts her pillow down and then put the towel on it. 3 times a night she gets up, uses the bathroom, has to change the towel. So I thought, well, I don't know. So I tested. It was trapped emotion related. And in one session, one quick 20-minute session, I removed all the trapped emotions that were trapped in her body that were causing that pain, and she never sweated since, ever again.
Wow.
My other sister was getting ready to go to, isn't that funny? The sisters are all on board now, aren't they? Sisters are all over me. So my other sister, Denise, was going to Jamaica for 10 days with her husband, and she'd been working on her body. She was pretty pleased. She said, I'm just in so much anxiety about desserts. And I said, well, I can fix that. And there's no cutting back. It's on or off. And she said, let's turn it off. So we did the emotion code system. That was April 3rd. So we're April, May, we're to we'll say 2 full months. She hadn't had the dessert. And she's a waitress in a restaurant and serves them all day. So, and for those that don't know me, I've lost 40 pounds. I'm a big dude now, but I lost 40 pounds. I'm 55 years old. I've been obese and heavy my whole life. And now it's like, okay, finally, I'm finding out the trapped emotions. So I've reduced my weight there. Okay, I'm just going to check about our friend Marie. I have her permission. So this is what I'm going to be using in my head. And Marie, we got her at an 8 on the scale. Okay. So what's the first thing I need to make sure I've done, Carol?
Hydrate.
Yep. And then I'm going to ask my own subconscious mind through muscle testing. Am I Michael? Yes. Am I Carol? No. Am I hydrated enough? Yes. Do I need to drink more water? No. Good. So I got the first rule done. Now the second rule is with my intention and a little thing that I say in my head, I'm going to be checking in with Marie B, who's on the line, Facebook Live, Marie B. Okay, so right now, am I Marie B? Well, I have her permission. So am I Michael? Am I Carol? Am I Marie B? Yes. So I'm going to ask my subconscious mind. Now I'm Carol's voice. I'm not Carol. I'm not me. So I'm going to ask my subconscious mind, what is the severity of the pain around my hernia? Is it a 10, 9, 8? So her subconscious mind and conscious mind agrees at 8. Now here's the most delicious question ever. What is the percentage that this pain of 8 is caused by trapped emotions? Carol, count it with me. 10, 20, 30,
40,
50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Is it 99? No. Is it 100? It's 100% trapped emotion related to the pain that you're severing on an 8 right now. Now, I'm going to be using a chart in front of me, so I don't have my back to people, but you can just get a sense of what I'm doing here. So I'm double checking here. Am I Marie? Marie B. Am I Michael? No. And I've given Michael permission to locate the trapped emotion causing my pain at an 8. So let's begin. Is the first trapped emotion row A? No, it's row B. Okay, it's a B. Is it even odd? Oh, it's odd. So it's B odd. I'm going to say, is it this one, or this one? Is it 1, 3, 5? Oh, it's B5. So I'll just quickly demonstrate. So we're row B5. Okay, so now I've narrowed it down to 5. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to double check. Am I Marie B? Yes. So the first trapped emotion that's causing a pain in the 8 is B5. Which one? It's the third one in B5. It's terror. So she has a trapped emotion of terror, right? She had an operation, yes. Do I need to know more? No. Now, I've taken on that emotion. I have a magnet, and I'm just going to release it 3 times. So just delete that trapped emotion of terror. Did I get it? Yes. Is there more? Even, a odd, be even, 2, 4, 6. It's 6. Is it pride, shame, shock? It's shock. Do I need to know more? Now I'm releasing shock. So, Carol, you're welcome to read out some of the comments people are making, and I'll just keep doing this. People get to see the pattern. Even, a odd, be even, 2, 4, 6. Pride, shame, shock. It's unworthy. I'm releasing unworthy. Is there worthless? I'm releasing worthless.
Claudia believes all pain is emotional, as is being overweight. There's a few different people asking for how to relieve their chronic pains. Does it work with anxiousness, nervousness, anxiety?
Yes, anxiety. I'm working with a set of twins that have social anxiety. They're so close that they can't mingle anywhere. And I'm working, they both have the same issues. Even, a odd, be even, be odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wishy-washy. I got trapped wishy-washy, releasing that. Be even, be odd, even, a odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Unsupported. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's? So now 10 times with the magnet, I'm releasing a trapped emotion of unsupported that got trapped within my mom, passed on to me being our friend Marie B. Shout out to Marie for helping us out today. Even, a odd, be even, be odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2. It's 2. It's creative insecurity. Is it mine? Even, a odd, be even, be odd.
If it's Marie's insecurity or if it's passed on from the family insecurity, correct?
I would find that out, yes. If it's her grandmother's, it was inherited, yeah. So now I got terror. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's? So now I have an inherited trapped emotion of terror in my hernia area. Okay, we're going to check our work now. So before we started this session, what was the severity of the pain in my herniated area? I just made that word up. Was it a 10, 9, 8? Was it a 10, 9, 8? And now, is it a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2? So in my head, I've reduced the pain from an 8 to a 2. Can you get friend Marie to give you a little chat and get a new number? And my goal is to get it to a 0. So
Marie, can you share how you're feeling right now? And again, Michael is talking about the subconscious. So your conscious mind may not be at the 2. So he's working at the subconscious level. But if you could share in comments.
Yeah, pick the first number that comes to her head. What's the pain? 0 being not there and 10 being it's painful.
Well, and I remember when you interviewed the author, he mentioned that it has been the case before that some people, their pain goes up at first before it goes down because you're so focused on it.
Yeah. Okay. She said it feels like a 5. I just saw her note. So she's experienced, and we've got more, as you know. So even, a odd, be even, be odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, more terror. My dad's, my mom's, my grandmother. Which one? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's 30 generations ago of a grandmother that's trapped in you. Isn't that like Fred Flintstone caveman days? That's old. Even, a odd, be even, be odd, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. It's terror. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's, my grandmother? Which one? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is it 28, 29, 30? So grandmother 30, trapped emotion of terror, swiping 10 times. Even, a odd, be even, be odd, 1, 3, 5. It's more terror. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's, my grandmother? Which one? 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 48. Is it 53, 54, 55? 55 terror.
And Bruce is mentioning his pains at a 4 or 5. And Bruce, the book, and Michael will say that you can do this on yourself. A lot of times I find having somebody else do it for me, even if I know how to do it, is helpful. But it is a process that you can do for yourself.
Grandfather 5, more terror. You know what? If I had pain, I wouldn't fart around trying to learn it. I would just hire me, honestly, get the pain corrected, and then I can give you some tips on how you can learn it to do it yourself. It takes time. If you're in pain, just get it done. Even beyond 1, 3, 5. It's more terror. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's, my grandmother? 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's grandmother 50 terror. Okay, we'll ask Marie to give us another update.
Marie? She definitely feels better. Yeah. Do you have a number that you can identify? And should she start drinking water as well, Michael?
Well, everybody should all the time, but yes. Right. I had a friend, I think I can tell a story at the same time. I had a friend call me yesterday that's on a fishing boat or texted me, and he said, dude, I feel so sick. I said, is seasick? He said, no. Okay, Marie's giving us a 3. Even the IB, even 2, 4, 6, pride, change, shock. Is it mine, my dad's, my mom's, my grandmother? Which one? 30, 50, 55, 60. It's 60. So he said, my stomach's really sick, and we're out in the boat, and he goes, we're out in the water for another 3 hours. I don't know what to do. Can you help? And as soon as I connected, I said, when was the last time you had a glass of water? And he said, busted. He said, I haven't drinking water in 5 hours, and there's no water on the boat. And I said, you are severely hydrated right now. And that's what was causing his illness. Fingers don't lie. And he texts me a lot. Dude, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Can you do it? That's what he says. Can you do it? And then I'll text him back. I said, I've done. He said, yeah, I knew about a minute ago you finished. So I'm still Marie B. We're still helping Marie here. Even AIB, even 2, 4, 6, pride, change, shock. It's shock. Is it mine? Mine, my dad's, my mom's, my grandmother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Meaning Marie.
What's that?
I said, when you're saying mine, you're meaning Marie.
That's right. I'm Marie's voice right now. I'm her proxy. Remember that word we did earlier? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what was the severity of the pain from the hernia before we started the session? Was it a 10, 9, 8, 8, 8? He's asking, can I have a beer? I could test to see if you're wheat intolerant, and if you are, you probably shouldn't have beer, but you can also buy beer that's not made with wheat. I think there's some Asian beer, so again, your subconscious mind would tell me what you're intolerant to. Okay, that was for our friend that just popped in name. I think it was Franco. So back to Marie 8. So right now it's a level of pain, a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's still a 1. Is there hidden ones? Oh, there are. How many? Marie hates beer. Okay, Marie, stay focused. Marie, stay focused. We're looking for hidden ones. Even AIB, even 2, 4, 6, pride hidden.
I hate beer too, Marie.
Shame hidden. Shock hidden. Unworthy hidden. Worthless hidden. Is there any more trapped? No. Is there any more hidden? No. Is there an emotional resonance in my stomach from the operation? That means there's just something just resonating. It's not fully there. It's just kind of humming. Is there one there and a negative emotion? There is. Emotional resonance, negative emotion, there is. Is it? Even AIB, even 2, 4, 6. Is it 6? Is it all of B6? No. Is it pride, change, shock? It's shock. I have an emotional resonance of shock. Do I need to know more?
And again, it's been the muscle testing. It just might be out of the view of your...
Yeah, even AIB, even beyond 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, wishy-washy. I have an emotional resonance of wishy-washy. Do I need to know more? So releasing that. Any more trapped emotions? Any more hidden emotions? Is there an emotional resonance? There is. Which one? Even AIB, even 2. It's 2. Is it failure? I have an emotional resonance of failure. Do I need to know more? Releasing that. Is there any more? No. Any more trapped? Any more hidden? Any more emotional resonances? On a scale of 1 to 10, what was the severity of the problem before I started? 10, 9, 8. 10, 9, 8. And now is it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So our subconscious mind saying we removed all the pain. Do I need to do anything else with this? No. Am I done? Yes. Now I'm going to disconnect. So am I Michael? I am now. So not connected to her anymore. I'm connected to Michael.
Excellent. So Marie, you just said you were at a 3, so if you could update on that, but I would love it if in the next few days or week or whatever that you would private message me on Positive Focus, or that's just the easiest for you because you're already here, or go over to Michael Losier's Facebook page and message him. But I will share it with him, whatever you send to me. I think it's important to follow up, and he loves hearing, how it's working for people as well.
Oh, well, she was a 3 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She's below a 3 now. We started at the severity as an 8. So I want to remember what happened when you have an operation. That's bad, not bad for your body, but that was your body had emotions around that. They got trapped. I also worked with a guy from New Zealand. I didn't know who he was. He booked online. We got a Skype call. I turned on the computer, and he's a massive weightlifter. He's huge. His neck and his arms, and he's just massive. And with an accent, he said, "Dude, I heard you can fix my back." He said, "But I don't believe it." And I love those. Love those. He said, "I don't think you can fix it because I had a herniated disc."
Mm.
And he said, "The doctors," this is important, he said, "the doctors," well, I'm hearing lots of people could use some help. He said, "The doctors show me the x-ray and my discs are perfect," which is the truth. But he said, "I'm in so much pain." Now that you know what we know, Carol, what do you think is around the discs?
It's trapped emotions.
Which ones? No, not specifically. How come? How come there's trapped emotions around the disc?
I don't know.
Because he had an operation there.
Okay, got
and
it.
then it became the weakest part of his body, so all the emotions, right? So I do this, and you saw how long that session was today. Most of my sessions are 30 minutes long, and most of them are things like this are corrected in 15 to 12 minutes. So it would take you that long to get in the car. No, it would take you that long to fix your face and do your hair, to get in the car, to go to get it fixed, which never fixes it, ever. If you're not removing the trapped emotion, you'll never fix it, if we can use that word. I forgot the story of what I was telling you.
New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. So after the session, he moved for the first time, and I removed all the other thing, each trapped emotion is the size of a baseball. He had like 20 of them. So imagine all these 20 trapped emotions packed around that. No wonder you can't move. It's all stuffed with this energy, and you can't see it on an x-ray.
Yeah. So I have a question for you regarding that. So obviously you were working specifically with her abdominal area, but if she had, if she was having headaches or something else going on, does even the work that you just did help alleviate that, or do you need to be specific with each thing?
Well, it's a good question. There's something called, today I worked with a woman around 4 areas of her business. One was opportunities to find business. One was ideal prospect. One was ideal customer. They were all like 10s and 9s. I tested. But by the time I got to the third one, it wasn't a 10 anymore because it collapsed because of the other 2 related to it. So when we got to it, I said, is it a 0? And I said, is it because of the other event, the other 2 sessions we did? It said yes. And that's called collapsing. It collapses the other trapped emotions.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
for example, Marie B. will sleep the best tonight she slept ever. And that's spelled EVAH.
Eva.
You also might experience 5 or 10 minutes of agitation and get really ticked off today, but just know it's short-lived. But the beauty of it is you'll sleep tonight, and then when you wake up tomorrow, or even today, she's going to still think she has the pain. So she's going to be careful about how she gets up and so on.
Yeah. That's powerful. Michael, we have several people who would like your help, but I know that we're close to the end of the time. I will definitely ask him. Matter of fact, maybe we should get him to say right now that he will come back. And I'll talk to you about almost anything, because he is one of the best trainers I have ever met as far as whatever you could give him to do the most challenging thing, and he is going to make it into a process that you can understand and incorporate pretty quickly. Yeah. So hopefully we can have him come back for more emotion code information. He has a new book out that we just had him on last week, Your Life's Purpose, that I just got my copy in, and of course I don't have it sitting next to me. Good. I was hoping you would have it to show. And I'm going to post the link to his page in there. Michael, what are you talking about tomorrow on your show?
Tomorrow, I am giving 7 daily law of attraction tips.
Okay.
But you know what? If you don't mind, I'd love to spend a couple seconds out here and just say hello to some people and address them.
Yes, please do.
So Ananda is asking, she said, how do you heal from fibromyalgia and chronic pain, chronic fatigue syndrome? So Fibromyalgia is a little bit harder, but it is trapped emotions. And chronic fatigue is definitely trapped emotions, definitely trapped emotion related. So good. Franco is saying, excellent, thank you. And Marie, that was in the very beginning. Denise is saying she's a pain with chronic pain. I've got a pinched nerve on the left side. So here's what a pinched nerve is. It's got these all stuffed around it, and it's stopping the flexibility of the nerve and the muscle and the energy. It's blocked. These are like traffic cones, orange traffic cones that are stopping the flow. So you know what? If I can't fix that in a half hour, you don't have to pay. Well, you pay, I'll give you your money back. That's how confident I am about chronic pain. I didn't time today, but we did that very soon. Would you be able to provide us with a link to the chart? Again, Franco, I think you probably found it by now. Go to Google, type in Dr. Bradley Nelson. Colleen Bolus, difficult thing for me dealing with chronic pain is emotions. Well, that's ironic because the chronic pain is caused by the emotions. So again, Colleen, can I tell people how they can get a hold of me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/emotion code, and you can learn more about a session and also see a video similar to today. Franco's saying, can I get a free copy? No, you can't get a free copy. You can go buy a copy. It took me 5 years to write it. You can get it for $10. That's the best deal ever. It took me 5 years to write it, and you can read it and have it and change your life for $10.
And again, I've read I haven't finished this one, but the other two books of yours I've read, and he just gives you very easy to understand processes. It's still your work that you need to do to make those processes and incorporate those processes. Yeah. But really, I personally don't know of anybody who can make them simpler to understand than you. You have many talents, but that is certainly one of the top for me, is how you're able to make processes easy.
Thank you. I love hearing that. Charles Morris is saying hello from Alabama, and our friend Claudia is saying that all pain is emotion and overweight also, emotional. Franco is saying, I'm always tense and anxious and trembling hands. What can you tell me? I can tell you that it's trapped emotions. Nervousness, I can tell you that it's trapped emotions. Bruce Lister, chronic pain, anxiety, trapped emotions. Depressions, trapped emotions. It's not peaks and valleys, it's straight ups and downs, trapped emotions. If I can't fix it, you don't pay. What else? I hate beer. Failure here. Bruce Lister, feel a failure. It is a trapped emotion. It's B22. It's failure. It's trapped inside you, which causes us to make all these decisions. Jenny Dennis, if there's time, I fell from a horse a year ago and have a level 7 pain in the right foot that's been constant since the injury. Trapped emotions in under a half hour. I can fix it. I don't want to use the word fix it. I can fix it. Okay. Jenny Dennis, the size of a baseball. Yeah, I know, Jenny. Franco, fear of finding a good woman. That's not a fear, it's probably doubt, which is a belief. Trapped emotions. The pinched nerve, trapped emotions. Multiple sclerosis, I don't know the answer to that, sorry. And I would only say yes when I've experienced it, when I've helped somebody with it. Because if you go to the book, he might have that listed in the book. Claudia's going to look for my book. Franco's going to go buy one for $10. Cushing's disease. I don't know what that is, Jenny, but I could ask your subconscious mind if it knows what Cushing's disease is. And my full name is Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L. My last name is spelled like this, L-O-S-I-E-R. And I-E-R in Canada, it's the letter A. So it's Losier, if you're real French. Ooh, that was fun.
It was amazing as always. And so tomorrow you're going to be on your Facebook page at the same time. No, it's an hour earlier.
An hour earlier, yeah.
An hour earlier, talking about law of attraction. He does that every single Friday. Sometimes I'm a panelist. Sometimes I'm just watching and commenting like you guys are doing today. But it's always a valuable 30 to 45 and sometimes an hour that we talk on that, just like we do here as well.
Yeah, it's whatever. We're having fun. We keep it going.
It's our rules. It's our show, right?
Yes.
So I will post in there your fan page as well as your website for people to more information on. And you will come back, correct?
Oh, yeah. I could do, well, on Saturdays, my friend John and I, it's called the Emotion Code Bros. And he's another emotion code practitioner and a body code. We're doing one Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And we're doing this Saturday, it's on money blocks. So we will be We'll be talking to somebody that has money blocks, and we're going to be releasing their trapped emotions. We also have 2 people coming in before that we did. Oh, wait till you hear this. Seasonal allergies. It's not about the pollen at all. It's all friggin' trapped emotions. So we have 2 people coming on the panel, one of them being my sister, where I did a motion code session on their pollen, and now they don't have any pollen anymore. So we're bringing them on for 4 or 5 minutes on Saturday, and then we're doing all new material on trapped emotions for money blocks and so on. So
excellent. And maybe sometime I'll have you and John both on doing it. Whatever you want the topic to be, because again, whatever trapped emotion is holding you back from living your best life is the reason that we're into that. Now, Michael, tell them about the new program that you're getting ready to start, or is it too early to share that?
No, it's all ready. Now, you know what? People have been following me for 2 years. So if you go to my website, if you go to my YouTube channel, and I've been doing 196 Hangout shows, I was much bigger in a lot of the videos. So people watch me lose weight over the last 6 or 7 months, and people ask me questions. And you know, I was keeping the emotion code stuff to business and pain and stuff, but I used it very carefully and purposefully to lose weight. So I lost 40 pounds. So I've changed my eating habits, my belief habits, my water habits, this habit, that habit. Everything's changed. It was all bad experiences in the past, and a lot of my parents and grandfathers trapped emotions that were caused, because you know what? All the Losiers were fat. I heard it my whole life.
Yeah.
So if I was going to have any babies, they wouldn't be fat because I broke the vibrational chain. So here's what I'm doing. I'm taking 10 people. For 10 days, they're going to come on a panel like this, and they're all going to get 2 emotion code sessions for 10 days. So in 10 days, they will have over 20, probably 20 or 24. They'll have 24 emotion code sessions of everything you need to do to lose weight. Not everything, but not just food. It's exercise, it's beliefs, it's water habits, it's vegetable habits, it's exercise, it's this and that. So remember, I did it on my own for a while, so I copied my results, and then I worked with some people one-on-one and used the same formula that I used, make sure we did beliefs and water and this and this. Huge results. I had one woman I'm just working with now. She's a bigger woman, and she drinks 2 liters. I don't know what you call them in the States, but you know.
They're liters too.
Really? Isn't that funny they would call them liters?
I know everything else is gallons and stuff, but
yeah. So she was drinking 2 liters of Pepsi a day, and that was 8 days ago, almost her whole life, and she hasn't drinking any since. So we found out what the trapped emotion. She didn't believe me because, like me, she tried everything.
Yeah.
She would try anything, and I said, well, if you're drinking Pepsi after today, I'll give you your money back. So I didn't hear from her for 5 days. And I said, do I owe you money? She said, no, I'm booking another session. So.
Well, and I think there's 2 things I wanted to add there. One, you said that it was going to be 10 people in a panel like this. It'll be a private panel, so it's not going to be, so you will be able to share whatever, like if it's a personal thing that you need to share with them or whatever, so it will not be on Facebook Live. No. But also, you mentioned earlier that when you were working with 4 different blocked emotions, just helping one lessen the other. So I just can imagine, because there's so much self-worth around people's body image, that helping with that is going to have a positive effect on business and love and health and all sorts of things, because so many people have trapped emotions on what they visibly look like. So.
Yeah, well, on the very first session, once you've had your session, you can leave. Other people like to sit and watch. It's pretty interesting. Here's in the first session. I'm paraphrasing what I'm remembering. The first session will be on a scale of 1. How much do I believe that I can't lose weight? Oh, is that a 10? Okay, good luck with losing weight. This has nothing to do with willpower. This is changing your beliefs. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe it's safe for me to lose weight? How much do I believe that it's okay for me to lose weight? So it's these kind of questions. And if you've got trapped emotions that are in the way from those beliefs, then you can't get nothing, because those beliefs are the strongest thing. I had them all, right? Yeah. So you can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/weight loss. You can learn more about the program. You see how many days we're covering it. I'm doing it twice a day. I have a group at 9 a.m. in the morning Pacific time and a group at 6 p.m. And it's the first time I'm offering it. So we're going to be feeling out the process. I'm thinking I can do everybody in an hour, but if it's over an hour, and then we'll just make it all work. People are excited. Ask my sister who hasn't had desserts in 30 days. Ask the woman that hasn't had Pepsi, 2 liters of Pepsi. She had a lot in her house too. I said, what are you going to do with the leftover Pepsi? She said, oh, I gave it away. I said, okay. She said, I've never done that before. She never shared it before. Never mind, gave it away.
Great. Thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you off screen on when we can visit this again, whether it's a couple weeks, a month, or whatever. We'll figure that out. Yeah. But I will also go back in and post the links. Join Michael tomorrow, and then again on Saturday on his page. And I will definitely have him back on talking about many things. Go pick out that book because it's such a good book. You're going to really get a lot out of it. And that's all for me on here. Next week, I'm not sure. I'm changing the summer hours to twice a week instead of 3 times so I can get out on the lake and sail more. But Thursday, I know I am having Lee Daniel join me. And she is a divorce attorney. And we're going to talk about staying positive within your challenges and what she's doing with outside how she's growing a community called Project Positive Change and her story of what got her to where she is and where she's going. So I think that that's going to add a lot of insight for people. Again, the whole intention of the show is to heighten celebrations and lessen sorrows through a positive focus. So thank you, Michael, for being here. I'll go into comments, and I'm sure Michael will be there as well. I'm
going to go out after and say hello to people, and if they have another question for me, I can address it there.
Okay, excellent. And everybody remember, you matter. You matter to me. You matter to the world. And most importantly, you matter to you. So go out there and have a great day. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.